So that's one amazing film this week.
Yep.
Or last week. On to the next one. Barbie. Come on, Candy, tell us about Barbie.
Barbie. I have a strong opinion.
Oh no,
I didn't love it. So I went in, I was hyped up. It did have laugh out loud moments. For the first maybe 45 minutes, I was really enjoying it. I was along for the ride. I think my issue was I was expecting, again, it wasn't quite the film I was expecting it to be. This time to its detriment, unfortunately. I think I was expecting more of a sort of fish out of water kind of tale. To me, and I'm going to sound like probably all those horrible people on the internet, but I did find it a little bit too, like the message was there and it tended to slap you around the head with it a little bit too hard. And towards the end, it wasn't a case of, maybe men and women can work together for the better. It was, nope, men fail, women are back, everything's better now. That was the issue for me. I think if it was less of a brick to the face, I would have enjoyed it more. But I just don't like the kind of pitting sexes or pitting any kind of the group of people against one another and making it a competition. That's what I took umbrage with, I think. If that wasn't quite such a strong message, I would have enjoyed it a lot more.
So I enjoyed it because of that.
Isn't that funny though that you're a guy saying that and I'm a woman?
Yeah, I was going to say I want to disagree with you, but then I feel like
first.
Yeah,
I want to disagree with you, but I don't want to be all patriarchy about it. Because I took a different read from the film.
Mm.
I took because obviously so Greta Gerwig film, Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, they play Barbies and Kens. Barbie's having the best days ever until she has a bad day. She goes to the real world, shit kicks off. That's the run of the story. Very funny. I saw it less as it does. The message does hit you across the face. I thought it did it in a good way though, but I don't think it kind of. By the time you get to the end of it, I think it does level men and women out, but not in the way that most people would expect. Like they're not equal. The Barbies have their world back, and everyone's happy about that. And then the Kens are happy about things because they've got a direction and a purpose. Because at the beginning of the film, they don't have a direction and a purpose. The Kens are just Ken. They're the accessory to Barbie. And by the end of the film, they become. But by the time they get to the end, the Kens have their own autonomy. Like they're not seen as the accessories to Barbies. They are Kenuff, as the T-shirt says, which I'm totally going to buy one day. I loved it. I thought it was such a fucking good film.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate it. It just didn't sit particularly well with me, I think. Like I said, it did have laugh out moments. Margot Robbie and his name's gone.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, absolutely stellar. Ryan Gosling in particular.
Oh, he runs away with the film, which is also wildly ironic.
Yeah.
Considering
exactly.
Considering it's like she's everything and he's just Ken.
Mm.
No, he runs away with it.
I think that for me there was a scene where one of the characters is listing how difficult it is to be a woman and how we have this problem, this problem. And I was sitting there and thinking, yeah, but this is not exclusive to women. Men suffer with these problems too. And is it just, is it a bit belittling? And I know we've always had films that will praise men and put women down, and now it's kind of, a refreshing change. But actually, I think, well, we know better than to do that. It's, it's 2023. We know better than to put one sex above the other. We know better than to put a certain group down. We all have, as humans, we all have these problems. You can't tell me that, a man can't feel self-conscious or feel put down by people above him in work and everything.
Well, yeah, but that is addressed in the film, because that's when Ken starts crying and Barbie goes to him, and she gives him the approval to cry and to be upset about things. That I think the problem is a lot of the feminist message is told to you in words, whereas the other messages are told by specific actions.
But again, would
'cause-
you say that's then a woman saying, no, it's okay to do that? As in, like, a giving permission kind of thing?
I don't think it was a giving permission thing. I think it was just that it's okay to cry. As a
Yeah,
man,
because-
you're okay to cry. And you're okay to cry in front of women. Don't worry about it.
it's not giving explicit permission, but like she doesn't scold him for crying, is what I'm saying. It's like she just hugs him, and he then feels like he can cry in front of her. That's what I mean by giving permission, not actually, not her saying yes, you can cry again.
So, outside of the film's message, I thought it was just a lot because I thought it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed like the kind of setup of Barbie world, and even kind of I took Amelia to watch this, and she got that. She got like how the houses and everything were made to look like actual Barbie toys, and how the Barbies moved and everything.
Production
and like,
design's amazing.
Their feet are like angled like a Barbie's, like that's how they walk, and all of that. Like that looked amazing. I thought, I loved how if you look at the credits and all, they're all just Barbie. Even though they all have like jobs and purposes within the film, President Barbie and stereotypical Barbie and this Barbie, like the whole point is they're all just Barbie and these guys are all just Ken, and that's fine. And you can all just, and I just thought it was a lot of fun. I thought the dialogue was really good fun. I loved the bit where they go from Barbie world to the real world.
Oh, the transition scenes.
The transition scene's really good. And I also kind of liked how the real world was still slightly not the real world. Like it's not, it was kind of saying all this stuff does happen, the catcalling stuff, and the kind of men are in charge in most boardrooms, which is true. That's kind of historically the true thing. But Mattel, the way they presented Mattel in this,
I
was
can't
great.
believe they got away with that.
Just taking the piss out of the actual company who makes Barbie. And they presented it in a way that it wasn't in its real world. It wasn't really Mattel. It was this kind of weird, semi-real,
It's kind of cartoony, wasn't it?
Cartoony world, yeah, and within that building. And I just enjoyed all that together. And I enjoyed the side characters. I love like the little references where it's like, is it Midge, like the pregnant Barbie that she's like cornered off in her own little area that's like she got discontinued, so she lives there. You got Alan, which is Ken's friend. He's the only version played by Michael Cera, who's absolutely incredible in it. And Kate McKinnon is Weird Barbie. I loved Weird Barbie.
I loved Weird Barbie. That was a highlight for me.
Was so good.
Candy, did you have a weird Barbie? The one that was
I didn't have
drawn
any
on?
Barbies.
Two metal for Barbies. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was way too metal for Barbies. I think I might have had a Cindy at one point, but I'd never had a Barbie.
Yeah, I really like Michael Cera, and his character got my favorite joke in the whole thing, which was the one about building a wall. I fucking I was in pain laughing at that. I don't know if you noticed. I pointed this out to Stig, but Candy, I don't know if you noticed. So when Barbie's in the real world and she's talking to the four kids and they're being mean to her, did you clock on that they were Bratz dolls?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah,
I love that.
which I was like. There's loads of cute little references like that in it. Like Barbie's story is interesting and pushed forward. Ken's story is unhinged. It's absolutely fucking surreal. He goes from not having Barbie's attention, and like his entire existence is all around Barbie, to discovering what patriarchy is, but not really understanding it, because he thinks it's just about horses. To then having an epic dance-off against Simu Liu with one of the greatest songs in the middle of a film I've ever heard, to then becoming good with himself and realizing that he is just enough. He can be just Ken. Doesn't need to be Barbie and Ken. It can be just Ken. And it's so surreal that this wonderful feminist movie also like does lift up men to a degree. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was so good. And I think just also
really enjoyed it.
I love the feminist message to it. Rhea Perlman as Barbie's creator, I thought her scenes were wonderful. Absolutely beautiful. And I think this is also some of the best I've seen Margot Robbie. I think especially there is the scene just before America Ferrera's kind of diatribe about how difficult it is to be a woman. Margot Robbie is crying. It looks like genuine tears. Like she is so good at it. And it also get my second favorite joke in the film where she says, "I'm not pretty anymore." And the narrator goes, "Note to filmmakers, Margot Robbie is not the actress to get this point across."
Yes. Yes.
Because like the beginning of this film, she is just stunning. Like when she's in Barbie world and she's just smiling all the time. I said to Gadget, like her face when they were doing those scenes, her face must have hurt so much from having to just smile all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought she was great in this. Like the way she just was able to switch emotions really quickly and make it believable.
I also love stuff like all the outfits that the characters wear in Barbie Land are Barbie outfits. Like the ones that have come with it. There is even a scene where she's like throwing clothes on the ground and it like stops and tells what name it is and where it came from and stuff like that. Which like I was worried this film would be like a cynical marketing exercise, and it kind of inverts that and makes a piss take of cynical marketing exercises at times, which I thought was a very good move.
Yeah, Will Ferrell was good in it as well, and he can be hit and miss. So
he can be. He was very funny, I think, because he got to play a kind of elf-like character. He got to just be like fucking weird and shouty and unhinged.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I do get your points, Candy. I do get that, and it was just interesting that I'd come to you first. I thought you might have been more like higher on the film.
It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, really. I thought I would be as well, but yeah, just for me, it was just a bit too much. I think you can achieve more by being a little bit more subtle about things.
Which is fine. I think the way you've expressed it is a fair and adult way of putting it across. Not burning Barbies in a dustbin.
Yeah, shall we go into the IMDb user reviews?
Oh no, let's not.
Lowest first.
God, let's not.
Let's have a look.
But yeah, a certain section of the internet, as always with this, have just taken it a little bit too far. And
that was always going to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I was just like, what do you expect about a film? It's about Barbie. It's a toy that was marketed to girls. It was made for girls. Ken was never the main attraction for girls when it was just the dolls. He was just Barbie's boyfriend. That's the whole point. And
yeah, Ken is an accessory.
Yeah. That's kind of the point. But the movie subverts that and changes things and plays around with that idea.
Actually, to be fair, Candy, like your point about the message being kind of hit in the face with a brick, I think it needed to be, and people are still misinterpreting it because this just review I've just found on IMDb. 1 star, not at all what I was expecting, walked out feeling sick. Okay? So listen to this terrible man say these things. I get it's a Barbie movie, but as a man in my early 20s going with his fiancée to see this movie, I walked out feeling sick and just preached at the entire movie. Don't get me wrong, I knew this was going to be a movie for the girls, but this movie had me feeling like just because I'm a man, I'm abusive, ornery, controlling, etc., and made men out to be awful good-for-nothings in every single story and every single male character in the movie. And I don't know about you guys, but I believe in equality, not reversed sexism. So, despite it being a brick to the face of a message, he still missed the fucking point of the film. Like, I don't think you could do a film with this message subtly because people are getting it wrong, even as blatantly upfront as it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you go on the internet, like the Ben Shapiro's of this world, burning Barbie dolls to fucking look like big men because he went to see a film that wasn't aimed at him, that didn't have a message for him, that he just wanted to be angry about it. It's like, fuck you guys, fuck the lot of this.
Which is ironic considering he kind of looks like a plastic doll anyway.
And he was dressed like Ken in the picture that he took in the cinema. He was wearing like the black jeans and a black skin tight t-shirt. So
I thought the film was wonderful and Amelia really enjoyed it. There's a really wonderful moment near the end with uses the Billie Eilish song.
Oh God,
that had me and Amelia just having a little cuddle together in the cinema. So
I was in tears that one because again that's Margot Robbie just standing there and you're just watching the tears like drip down her face and you just want to hug her. You just want to make it all better, don't you?
I'll hug and make it better.
I know you. And you probably get arrested shortly after.